I am always on the hunt to try to simplify life, make things better, and just make the world around me happier. Well, sometimes we have to look inward and stop some bad habits of our own. Today I have 12 bad habits that you need to stop today in order to lead a more simple and enjoyable life. If you are new to my channel, my name is Jennifer. I talk a lot about saving money on this channel and also just simplifying life because that's what I am on the search of. If any of that interests you, make sure you bookmark this channel by hitting that subscribe button. The first thing that you should stop doing is complaining about everything. Just stop. Seriously, the majority of you watching this have it way better than many other people in the world. And maybe you're not the complainer, but you know somebody around you that is. Is it not the most annoying thing when they complain about something that somebody else lacks? And we can all complain here and there, but there are some people that just, that's all they know how to do. They would complain that the sunshine is too bright, that the raindrops are too big. Honestly, let's start to take stock when we start complaining and realize how good we actually do have it. The second thing we need to stop doing, and this is me included, is picking up our phones every 5 minutes just to see if we have a new, text or notification, or if some celebrity has had another baby and what the name is. What typically happens when you're at work and there's a project that you just don't want to do because it's really going to be annoying, could take a long time, or could uncover something that could cause problems, you just pick up your phone because that's just the easiest way to put it out of your mind and put it off for another time. So let's all join together and see if we can stop picking up our phones every 5 minutes. The third thing we need to stop doing is ignoring our bodies. Our bodies tell us when there is something wrong, and sometimes you may need to see somebody for it. For instance, my back has been a problem, especially more recently, and I finally went to a chiropractor, and guess what they told me? I have arthritis in my neck, and my spine curves like this. Not like, the backwards, but like this. So now I know why I have been having so much back pain, and all the yoga in the world, the stretching, the rolling, the foam rolling is not fixing it. What I discovered was for so many years I was ignoring my body, not doing anything about it. Finally, I'm having to do something about it. I am so excited to get this fixed and to know what is going on. But it just brought up this bad habit that most people have, and they just ignore things. They let things go. They see a silly mole on their arm that looks a little strange, but they don't go get it checked out. There are some things that are just outright obvious that we know we need to get taken care of. But there are some things that have to do with our body, or that we just aren't feeling right, but we don't explore it further. We don't go and try to figure out what happened. Obviously, you've heard that, go to any doctor. If you go to a doctor with possible problems, they're going to find something wrong. But sometimes you need to look into something a little bit further and catch something earlier if you're feeling off and just not right. The fourth habit that you need to quit is spending all of your time inside. Think about when you go outside on a cold day and the warm sun is on your face. Or just when you go outside and you breathe in beautiful natural air. There is just something so refreshing about it. For some reason, a lot of us will just get stuck inside. And I think it has to do something with the body just saying, oh, I'm comfortable. I don't want to go out there. I don't know what's happening. You've got to literally push yourself out sometimes, even if it's just 5 minutes. In today's day and age where everybody is working from home, they don't ever have to leave. We need to get back out into nature because it does so much for our mind and our body and our spirit. It's just lifting us up. The fifth bad habit that we need to break immediately is watching too much news, or any news at all, to be honest. I am living in the life of, what do you call it? Oblivious serenity. That's what I want to call it, oblivious serenity. People will ask me, well, did you know this is happening? Nope, sure didn't. And yeah, there may be some important things that I probably need to know, Those things get to me through other people. I don't need to sit there and watch the news, which is a one-sided opinion of something that's always tragic. It's always bad. It's bad, bad, bad. We don't talk about the good news. So you know what I'm going to do? Hang out on YouTube watching funny cat and dog videos. The sixth bad habit that we need to quit immediately is negative thoughts in our head, whether it's about ourselves or about other people. What we do is this doomsday thinking. Do you guys do this? This doomsday thinking, oh, this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen. Where 90% of the crap that we worry about doesn't actually ever even happen and keeps us up at night. So we're exhausted the next day and just, it's an ongoing cycle. It's funny, I've talked on my channels before about how I get rid of like negative energy. And I said it was the goose story, but I think it's actually a duck story. When ducks fight, it's ducks or geese, whoever, when they fight, something happens. They fight and then they go off and they shake their feathers and then they are like, hey, it's cool. Hey, Fred, sorry about that. Are we cool? They ignore it. But whenever, humans, typically we get into a fight, a verbal argument with somebody, or we're upset about something because we just stew on it. It's like a pot. It's boiling over. You got the lid on it. It's just like bubbling. You know what I'm saying? Water's running over onto the stove and it's starting to spew everywhere. That is what we do. So I have actually, over the last probably few years, really gotten good at getting rid of negative thoughts. I will do this whole thing with my arms. I know it's weird. People think it's freaky. If they see me do it, I do the duck thing. Or I will literally shake my head and then I will imagine some people may think this is weird, but I will literally imagine that the negative thoughts are flying out of my head. And another thing to do is the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 thing, which is the Mel Robbins thing to do to get your mind back to your prefrontal cortex. If you're overthinking, you're thinking, if you say to yourself 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, then your thinking goes back to your prefrontal cortex, where your normal logical thinking is, where you're not back here hanging out with the weird stuff and the negative people in your head. The seventh thing that we need to stop doing immediately is checking social media, email, work email, etc. first thing in the morning. How many times have you gotten up, checked social media, checked your email, seen something weird on your phone from somebody, a text message, and just been ticked off the rest of the day? You take a shower in the morning, you read it before you got in the shower, and then you end up spending 15 minutes under the hot water thinking about this nonsense that you're going to have to deal with. It ruins the entire day. Whereas if you'd waited until later, when your mind was more active, when you'd had time to wake up, it possibly may not have affected you so negatively. So instead of doing that in the morning, just don't look at your phone. Have something positive that you do every morning that you look forward to. That's your treat. That's the thing that you do. Whether that's having a cup of coffee. Sorry, I don't like coffee. But for me, it's having tea. I like having a little bit of sweetened tea. Or yoga, meditation, going out for a walk or for a run. Something that you enjoy doing that you can have as your first thing you do in the mornings versus getting on that phone. The eighth thing we need to stop doing immediately is spending money we expect our future self to have. For some reason, we think that our future self is always going to have money to have all these beautiful luxury cars and these car payments. We're always going to be able to pay them, and all these credit cards that, yeah, we can just put it on the credit card now and we'll get to it. We'll be paid that eventually. Oh my gosh, we need a new couch and a love seat and a chair and an ottoman. Oh, that ottoman's really nice. We'll just make payments on it because, we're gonna get that raise. Yeah. The amount of stress that spending now to pay later puts on you outweighs the temporary happiness of getting that thing now. Number 9 is something I've had to work on very, very hard, and we should stop interrupting people in a conversation. This is a problem. A lot of people don't even know how to have conversations anymore because of just the way the world works, but interrupting people, or you'll see people have conversations and then they're talking at the same time and they're seeing who can get louder and louder and louder. Here's what I figured out about people. If you want to get people on your side, get to know people, have somebody like you. Let's say you're a salesperson or you're just trying to get along with people at work. People like to talk. People really like to talk about themselves. So if you're not in a case or situation like me where I'm talking to a camera who can't interrupt me and can't talk back until you guys write in the comments, which I love reading your comments. But what we need to figure out is if the art of conversation, it is a learned skill. And listening to people, asking open-ended questions to people, asking people about themselves, it is amazing how much this can improve your life, because it can improve the amount of people who are around you who are great, who are wonderful, because they think, oh, that's such a nice person. She really truly cares about me. And what you'll get is the same respect back. That is a great way to learn how to grow your tribe of people around you. Is the art of conversation. Learning to stop interrupting people. The 10th bad habit that we need to stop really puts a bee in my bonnet. It is worrying about things or people that you cannot change or control. I don't think there's any bigger waste of time or conversation than worrying about that. You have the person who talks about, well, they do this and that. Can you believe they did that? I don't know why they do that. Do you have any idea why they do that? Gosh, can you believe it? Yeah, whatever. I don't care. What they're doing is not affecting me. Unless it's affecting me, I'm not worried about it. Basically, it's the person complaining about friends or family members that are doing X, Y, or Z and they can't believe it because, oh my gosh, what they're doing is contradictory to how they actually spend their life. Yeah, well, worry a little less about them and more about you. Why are you going to give your time and your currency of time? And by the way, money we can't take with us, certainly. Time is something that is more fleeting than anything and probably more important. So I choose not to waste my time worrying about what other people are doing or what other people are saying or what people are thinking, because I can't change anything outside of what I personally do. The 11th bad habit that we need to stop is eating fast food. Fast food is just bad for you. Now, going through the drive-thru at Panera is a different story, but I'm talking about the grease, the bad fast food. We're all worried about all these other health issues right now, but we're forgetting about the number one killer of most people is just freaking heart disease. It is this bad food. You don't see anybody trying to stop people from going through the line at McDonald's, do you? It not only makes you feel bad internally, but can start to make you feel bad about yourself externally because it is so calorie filled. Yes, we want convenience, but at what cost? The 12th habit that we need to stop right now is hating our looks, our bodies. So much time, energy, and money is spent because we don't like the way we look or how we are. I don't know about you, but I believe in God. And I believe God chose this body for me. Or maybe, hey, I was up there and I was like, hey, I want that one. I don't know how it really works. But I am no longer going to hate or dislike how I look, the zits that I may get on my face, the wrinkles that I may get, the weight I may gain or lose, because I need to love me. And it's not doing anybody any good. And I don't want to spend all this countless money on products that consumerism says I need to use to, make the wrinkles go away or to brighten up my complexion. Not important to me anymore. I stopped this probably 5 or 6 years ago, not giving a crap what you think how I look. For women, especially in your 20s, I don't know about men because I'm not a man, but in your 20s, my 20s were filled with so much, my teens especially, so much self-consciousness that it makes me mad to think back to how much time I wasted on this bad habit, this toxic thinking. And if I could instill anything onto my daughter or to anybody younger than me who may be watching this, because I think as you age, you start realizing how little looks matter. it would be just to love yourself. Love what you are made of. Be the best person internally that you can be. Don't be a jerk. And believe it or not, you might enjoy life a lot more. What are some bad habits that you are seeing out in the world today that you think people need to stop immediately in order to have a simpler, more happy life? Put them down in the comments below. I'd love to hear them. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you back for more videos.